Hello to you all, my name is Doreen Gamera. Welcome to my YouTube channel and I hope you are all doing great. Now I'm going to be starting this video with a question, a brief question, and it goes to students by the way. Have you ever, at some point in class, you just sat there and your mind was blank? Your mind was just blank. Whenever you tried to look at the teacher and trying to see what he or she was talking about, your mind couldn't pinpoint. Like, it just couldn't. Your mind was just blank. And it might have been due to losing focus. Well, if you have ever been in those moments, then you're in luck because that's what this video is all about. I'll be sharing with you 5 ways on how you can focus more in your classes. So without further ado, let's get on with this video. Starting off with the first tip, which is you need to be prepared before your classes. And when I speak of preparation, I'm talking about 3 things. The first thing is you need to make sure you get a good night's sleep because you don't want to doze off in between your classes, especially if your aim is to focus more in your classes. And the second thing, you need to make sure you've had something to eat if you can, because then if you don't, you'd most likely focus on your hunger during your classes instead of what's really being taught. The third thing, you need to make sure you have all your required materials for that class. So it can be worksheets, textbooks, exercise books, pens, pencils, everything. Just make sure you have all your required materials, then you'd be more engaged in that class. Going on to my second tip, which is all about distractions. Now I've talked about distractions in my previous videos regarding different topics because really distractions are there to distract you. Like, that is their job, that is their aim, to distract you. And you need to try as much as possible to overcome distractions. You shouldn't let them distract whenever possible. And especially if you're trying to focus in class, you need to make sure you're away from distractions. Now, let's pretend we're having a one-on-one conversation right now because I have a question for you. What distractions are there in class? Like, you know them, you know those distractions. So think about them and try to see how you can stay away from those distractions whenever you're trying to focus in class. Okay, now, so basically, make sure you are away from distractions as much as possible. And you can do so by choosing to stay in front of the class because that can really help. Moving on to the third tip, which is you need to be engaged in class discussions. So you know that time where you're put in pairs or in groups or just having an open discussion in class, you need to make sure you participate. You need to share your views, your ideas, just share them with the people in your class because really that's part of learning and it's gonna help you focus more in your classes. On to the fourth tip, which is you need to ask questions whenever you need to. Now sometimes for some people it can be hard to ask questions, but asking questions is part of learning. Besides, it's gonna help you focus more in that class. So you need to start yourself to start having that courage to finally raise your hand and ask your question, no matter how dumb you may think your question is, because besides, you're doing it for you. You want something to be clarified to you. So start working on that courage to start asking questions because it can really help you stay focused more in class. Coming down to my 5th tip, which is you need to take notes in class. Yes, you need to take notes in class. Now, if you're watching this and you just heard what I said and you barely take notes, then this can be a sign that you need to start taking notes in class. Write up your notes whenever you need to. Start taking notes in class. It can help you whenever you're trying to focus in class. Now, did this video help you? If it did, let me know in the comments down below. But also, if you have your own tips, feel free to share them as well in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like down below and be sure to subscribe if you haven't, but also turn on your post notifications so you can stay updated whenever I upload new videos.